foreign swimmers. So super producer Nate brought this. He brought this to our attention, right?
He brought this to our attention.
So basically the ASU, Arizona State Record Board, is just straight up foreign swimmers, right? And let's just say, I don't know if foreign swimmers is the right term, because it's really like 3 or 4 swimmers with all the records. But I think it brings a real, we're about to sound like we're running for president right now. It brings a real issue into hand about like Americans swimming on American teams and having roster spots for them versus giving them away to foreign athletes so we can win national titles. So like I said, Jesus Christ. What do you think about this, Elvis?
See, as a foreign swimmer myself, born and raised in the Bahamas, I have to side with the aliens on this one. If we're allowed to come into the country to better ourselves through education, and we can provide a fast time to a team that desperately needs it, it's a win-win situation. So I don't see why we shouldn't be able to participate just because we weren't born here. And, it's fine by me. If you, I like the quote. I had a friend, shout out to Justin Max. He said, if you don't want an immigrant to take your job, be better at your job. So if you don't want an immigrant to come take your spot, be better at your spot.
All right. So here's a part 2 of the question now. We are, as Americans, right? So I'm gonna say this, as America, right? I'll be America right now. You can be the aliens, as you so eloquently put it.
Happily.
He said that, not me. Where do you think America should have some type of, geez, I feel like we're coming straight out of a political handbook right now. Pay a tax or something to USA Swimming or to the university, whatever, because we're essentially assisting in our own demise by doing this for a short-term benefit, whether that's NCAA's, whatever it is, right? Like, I think when we looked at that record board, you have a backstroke Olympic champion. You have the Marchand, obviously, in all his wins. And then the 50 free guy, Ilya, is about to pop off and start being a major medal contributor or hopeful as well. So do you still feel that way if the Bahamas had to pay a fee, or if your family had to pay a fee, maybe upfront or over X amount of time?
So now we're definitely getting a little political, because foreign athletes do pay a fee to be on the stage. So not exactly the way you think. So in order to go to school in the US, you have to apply for a student visa.
Right.
That costs money. And I'm from Freeport, Grand Bahama, which is the most northern island in the Bahamas. So our US embassy was in Nassau. So I had to fly to Nassau to then to apply for my visa, and then fly back to hopefully get it. So that you're paying for flights, you're paying for a place to stay, unless you have family in Nassau. Thank God I do. You're paying for the visa application, and that's not guaranteed to be accepted. You have to pay for college entrance fees, which are higher for international swimmers. For international students. There's in-state tuition, and then there's out-of-state tuition. And sometimes there's international tuition. That's the one that's not advertised. So you are technically taxed at each stage going in. And then on top of that, because your tuition is so much more expensive, you may only get X amount of, scholarship. You may only get 10%, 20%, or 50%, because if I give 50% to Dax, that saves a lot more money than giving 50% to me, maybe 100% to you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have changed that rule where it's just either a percentage or the percentage is actually a dollar amount. I don't know if they've changed that rule right now, but that's how it used to be. So yeah, you would get, you are taxed.
Okay. All right. So my take on this is, I think the university's got to do better. Like, I would say I agree with you on let the best people be there. Right now, I think it's like I said, I believe if you want to do something, you do it yourself. You don't wait for some organization to do it for you, right? So in our case for Team USA, our do-it-yourself would be USA Swimming. They need to figure out a way to do a better job in the way I see it in taking care of America. Jesus Christ. There's always these moments where I say something where I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm reading out of a political handbook. I believe that USA Swimming should be taking care of USA Swimming's interests for Team USA and making sure that there is some way that they are getting the best American talent into the best American programs. Like I don't know who got second and who got third. Definitely in Marchand's case, like that's a medal that goes to, or a medal up that goes to, what's his name? Carson Foster, right? Or Shane Cassis, right? And we're coaching this guy to beat us. Yeah. Like that's insane. USA Swimming. Like, how could you allow this on your turf? Like, what? Like it's just crazy. So that's my take on it. I believe what you said, let the best be the best. But as an American who's like got to go compete, what are we doing?
Well, my favorite thing to do is look at how other sports do it. You got the Japanese dominating in baseball, the Dominicans dominating in baseball. They come over here and they take spots on the top teams. You got European basketball players. They come over here and they take spots on the top teams. How's that any different? You also have Americans who may not be up to NBA level. They go overseas and they play and they dominate over there. So there's definitely some free trade going on between the world in the sports world and the global sports world.
Right.
And I mean, maybe a compromise is you have a quota. You could say like 25% of your team is allowed.
Politician.
Yeah, you're allowed 25% foreigners on your team. And that way if I'm recruited to a team and they've already hit their quota, maybe that spreads out, the talent across, the conference, and it allows you to, kind of even the playing field. It's an idea. Not saying I'm for it or against it, but it's a start.
Yeah, and America, I think it's or world America, whatever. I think it's important. I'm just going to say this, that this is not. This is like the locker room talk. This is the barbershop talk. Okay, we ain't out here on some wild stuff. Like this is just how we talk and being real ones about some real topics. Okay, so calm down.
Don't get scared now. We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah.